It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers off her. What a fucking chance. Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter.
Well. If you're watching this video, this means you survived. The year is 2022. Operation Bumshag is now in full effect. I am the leader of the resistance. You know what to join. You must join me in the fight against tyrannical bumshaggers. Fucking the powers that be are wanting to pull your trousers down and bang you till you're gasping. Come join the fight! Come on! No kidding on, Happy New Year, but anyway. Happy New... Hopefully no... Start that one again. Hopefully it's not a Happy New Year, in case it get ripped off by fucking the ex-boyfriend, man. And I'm talking to the guys with this one. You know, you're the nice guys, know what I mean? When you're gone with a bird, she's just looking for a man that's got some emotions. That isn't absolute fucking rage. You know the type of bird, our usual types like drug dealers and shit. It's gone with this guy for 10 years, he's a fucking crackpot, he punched fucking all the Brun and Clyde Bank. Then she splits up with him, she said enough. And sees you poor sorry cunt. She's like, he's a nice guy. Oh, he's a nice guy. You just don't see what I see in him. And before you knew it, you were having a few drinks at the Bell's End booth. The door is kicked off its fucking hinges. Butusk! Fuck's sake. It hits the wall that hard, it bounces. This cunt is that mental. The door is kicked at selling. Well, that's what you're going to say at court, because you're no a grass. But you give a statement. Because you're a nice guy. So all of a sudden you become a nice guy that give a statement. And get that February, she's back with a nutter. Nice guys finished last. Except she's with a nutter now. And you're now the ex-boyfriend that has stuck her recycled man in. So now you're the target. And that's where you find yourself. Fucked! But it's been a wicked year, troops, innit? Have you had a good year? Have you had a good year? Because mine's has certainly been full of ups and downs. It definitely has. What did I do at this fucking start of the year? What the fuck did I do for last New Year? Where the fuck did I go for my Christmas dinner? See, that's the thing with smoking copious amounts of cannabis. You fucking forget everything. You don't remember nothing. Only thing you remember is the fucking last guy that sold you a bit of green the minute you run it. But I've been off the cannabis. Somebody tried to call me out, and I think he was trying to catch me. You stuck your selling. You said you were off the green. Listen, see if yous are going to get to know me. You'll realise that I'm a guy that says he's on and off things just as much as he's on and off things. I'm on and off, man. That's the kind of guy I'm just fucking unpredictable. Didn't expect that, did you? See me, I'm a fucking head case. But I'm normal to a degree. See, there's like a hidden side to me. I say it's hidden. It's just the cunt that fucking bitches and moans to himself whenever he's got a come down. Let's see the next day after the first day, which is probably about 3 days later. You're lying like a fucking bag of fucking well-sucked dicks that have just been flung into a tangerine's arse and shat out backwards. You know that feeling. We all know that feeling. Some of us have been that feeling. I am dressed like that feeling. But it's a cunty feeling. It is. It's really bad. I've had some pretty bad ones. I'm the kind of guy that goes on a 3-day bender, then like the day after I sober up, I'm going to Cocaine Anonymous. That's that kind of bad. That guilty come down. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have. But you done it. So who gives a fuck? You're here now with us. It's nice here. We all wear fucking stupid hats and get fucking meat vaccines. You know what a meat vaccine is? Come up to mine, I'll give you an injection. Sorry. Right, I'm trying... This is obviously just a joke here. I don't know who's watching this. As far as I'm watching it, it's people that can take a fucking joke. But I've been wrong in the past. Well, literally just earlier on, right? So see this podcast, see me talking to you right now, this is obviously... Fucking times it. See, it's 5 past 12, is it? 5 past 12, 1st of January 2022. Boosh! I'm speaking to the future. And you're looking at the past. How fucked up is that? Oof. Hopefully you've not just took that much gear that you actually start to freak out. It's just a joke. But aye, it was meant to be me and Ravy Davy discussing our plans for 2022. I don't know why I said it like that. Will I say it again? 2022. See, I did actually, it sounded a bit Glaswegian there, but I says it in a kind of mocking voice. Yes, January 2022. It's like, it had a, what was it, fucking Frank Lampard-esque? No, John Terry-esque. I get mixed up with the Kevin Bridges joke, but I caught myself in the end. I don't watch football, alright? I don't give a fuck about guys playing with balls. It's only birds playing with balls. Nah, jokes. Come on. It's the start of a new year. Come on. Clean slate, Let's forget all the mad shit I've says and done. But aye, so if this was me, you should have been watching right now me and Ravy Davy fucking putting the world to bed and tucking it in. Just biting away some nightmares. But aye, that's what we should have been doing. But my MacBook had other ideas. Basically, I use Adobe Premiere. If people have a fucking inchy an idea what that is, it's just a fucking glorified app. That's what it is. You can just edit shit. So I edit my shit on that, and the shit I edit is shit hot. So basically all the podcasts you've watched since I've been released from prison have all been edited by me. I've edited it. Even the intro, I've wrote the intro, I've fucking played all the instruments in the intro. I've edited it all together, bashed it all together, and fucking sprinkled some honey dust on it, fucking shagged the shite right off it. That's all been me. Until now. The mythical producer that is Matthew Harrop has returned from his adventures of shagging Brazilian bums and splitting up fights in gay bars. Based true stories. See, if you're watching this, Matt, in fact, I'll be fucking with you. In fact, I'm having a party in my house. Right this minute, I'm having a party in my house. In this house. That's weird as fuck. Well, as you're watching this, I'm going to be getting mad with in my living room. And I'll probably not be watching this, because why the fuck would I watch me wearing a fur coat and a horse's head and a pair of Lucas-Aid sunglasses? Be watching myself. And see, if you're watching this, Fivo, just keep doing what you're doing, mate. Keep doing what you're doing. Your dick will only suck itself. Well, it has. No, kidding on. But aye, so it was meant to be me and Ravy Davy, obviously telling my plans to the future, all that, all the shit food we're going to eat, shit like that. And Adobe had other ideas. So Adobe didn't want to play. I think Adobe must be away for Christmas or something like that, and it'll come back in January. I hope so. Saying I don't give a fuck, Matt will be doing it, it'll not be me. Thank fuck. I fucking hate editing. It's alright, like everything and again, but see that fucking repetitive, mundane shit. If I was getting paid for it, aye, be the perfect job, but unfortunately funds are lacking in this department. But the show must go on. And the show is going on, but aye, it's been fucking a wicked year, man. It really has. I'm really looking forward to 2022. All the shit I'm going to get in motion. I've got plans, maybe a wee short film getting filmed in Glasgow. Ooh, but that's under wraps. Supply and demand. Obviously, you seen the man Gary Fraser on the other day. We've got to be filming that in June, July. Arden Welsh just came on as a executive producer, I believe. So aye, buzzing, man, buzzing. And all this time for me putting up a video, playing the guitar, singing I'm on a bender. I started off with this note. Right, before I go any further, I'm not trying to fucking toot my own trumpet, man. I'm just a cunt that makes videos. I've got a tenement house in Govan with 2 bedrooms. One I've turned into a studio. I've took too many drugs in my lifetime. I'm aware of that, but yet it's no hindered me from taking any more. I've been in and out the jail various times. I've done a wild amount of daft shit. And if I had the chance, I would date all again twice, but just not get caught. No, seriously, but the point I was making, I don't fucking see you get people that's on fucking social media and they get a platform and they just turn into absolute helmets. And they think they're above cunts and all that shit, and you're just like, mate, you're jumping about with a chicken hat on. I think you're better than people. Fucking kiss my ass. Know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's fucking downright fucking stupid. Some cunts, and see some of them, you go into their page like, and TikTok get 5 million followers and like, who is this cunt? I don't know you. Fair dues. There's famous people that are on the telly. Mike Tyson, I'd class him as a realm of famous. But these cunts aren't the Mike Tysons. They're just fucking, know what I mean? Dick Dysons. But anyway, so I don't think I'm in this category of cunts. I'm just a regular cunt that makes if social media was to fucking 40 bits tomorrow, I'd still be the same cunt. But I'm managing today a lot of things I want to be doing in life. Like I was doing, listen, see, I've been doing building sites. I've done them for fucking years. Hate them. Shithole. They're only good for quick money. If you need quick money and you've no qualifications, building trade's the way to go. And I'm not saying, it's all for guys with no qualifications. Obviously, you get guys that do apprenticeships and that kind of stuff. And there's guys that work hard in building sites. It's hard getting up at 6, 7 in the morning, whatever else, on it pissing rain, going out to a big muddy site, and you fucking get some arsehole above you. It's getting you tight because his bird's getting pumped off his best pal. The list is endless. A fucking how shite a building site is. But some people like it. Some people just like to work, get their money, then do whatever they're doing at the weekend, and fair play to them. I wish I was the same. My life would be so much easier. But I don't live an easy life. Every time my life has been at a point, say, it's moving smoothly, I've had to upset the balance, and it's not a conscious decision. That's just the way I don't know if it's fucking ADHD or some shit like that, but it's something. But it's me, right? But every daft thing I've done has set me onto this path. Has sat me in this chair, wearing this fur coat, wearing this hat and these sunglasses. You could be in this place if you wanted. Honestly. Look at your... I'm not one to judge, right? But how much would it take for you personally, you that's fucking watching this, to sit in a one-seater, red-skin couch, wearing a pair of flip-flops? Oh, by the way, here's my fucking toes there. I licked my finger and touched my toe. That's basically me kissed him. I kissed my own feet. So you kissed the feet of the king. Can't say, stop playing with your feet. Fuck off, this is my house. Get to fuck. Get out of my house. This is my fucking gaff. I was about to say I pay rent here, but I don't. I do pay rent, but that's another story for another podcast and another outfit. But aye, don't you wish you had a bomb scare just like me? Pair of flip-flops, pair of my comfy shorts, fur coat, a fucking t-shirt my mom got us for Turkey fucking about 4 years ago, a horse's hat that I bumped at the Hydro, and a pair of Lucasade sunglasses I brought back 15 apart 2014. I am a collection of history, and this right here is a historical moment. You are bearing witness to a part of history. Right, see me, I'm quite philosophical, I'm quite prophetical. I've always been like that. I've got wisdom and I speak it, and I'm not afraid to or ashamed of it. So don't think I'm starting to get a bit fucking overinflated or fucking ego. I've had an ego. Aye, had an ego. My wee bro ego. Aye, wee ego. You fucking wee ugly fuckwit. But my ego, that is a thing. I'll be honest, see when right, so I'll go back when I first started doing this. The very first video I posted was I I hadn't been playing the guitar. Right, so we fucking sit down, get in your rocking chair, get the candles lit. Tell your granny to shut the fuck up. She'll be dead next month anyway. No kidding. But let me take you back. Obviously, a couple of years ago, I was mad with the Charlotte. Mad with it. Mad before it. Mad with it, pine for it. End up, I'm not going to go into the pure details of it, because I'm sure there was a lot of crime committed at this stage as well. So I don't want to incriminate myself. But I ended up in $5,000 of debt with gear. And fucking bad with it, on it every day and all that shit. I've paid it now, just in case you worry. But I was in debt and all that shit, and this was my kind of coping mechanism. I always used to just make a fucking light, a laugh at everything. That was always my thing when I was young, so I would always turn it into something funny. And I was always good with doing parodies, so say I would hear a tune, like obviously like said Jerry Swimming, she's a belter. It was just, I would think of words to it automatically, so I was out getting mad with cunts, and I just always done it. So obviously I had the Jerry Cinnamon tune, she's a belter, in my head, and I was singing I'm on a bender, and I was like that. I thought of like the words, the chorus and that, and I thought that's actually alright, I quite like that. But I was never one of the people that could put this shit on social media. So at one point I didn't feel confident in putting shit on social media. I just didn't want to put myself out there. That was just the way it was. So I wrote this song, just wrote it, and I put it in my notes. By the way, I wasn't playing the guitar at this point, so this was just a fucking wee parody I wrote in my head. I wasn't even calling it a parody, it was just a thing I just done. Then, a few years later, obviously furlough happened, and COVID happened. We fast forward right to COVID, so this is what, 2 years ago, fucking say March, April 2020. And I remember seeing a quote saying, this will either be the making of you or the breaking of you. Basically the lockdown, the furlough and all that. So I was basically sitting twiddling my thumbs and my dick. I was like, how the fuck am I going to do? I'm not working, I'm getting paid to sit in the house, so what the fuck do I do? So I was like, and I seen my guitar, and I was like, fuck it, man, you know. I'll pick my guitar up again, play that. So I've been playing my guitar and that, then I've ended up finding I'm on a bender. It was on the notes in my phone. By the way, see if you're like a songwriter or you want to just take ideas, your notes is your fucking best friend. See if you ever get an idea for anything, look, write it down in your notes immediately, because that idea will not stay, and you kid yourself on. See at night especially, I can remember in the morning, fuck it, nah, fuck it, say fuck it and you fucked it. Aye, write in your notes, write it down, edit it later. That's advice I'll get you any cunt. That can be for anything. So I went into my notes, and I'm on a bender was there, so I went right. So I've ended up just obviously playing the guitar and that, and I was like, I know what, fuck it, I'll upload it, I'll record it and upload it on Facebook for a laugh. So I done it, and see if you look back, I don't know if you'll see the video, it might be on my YouTube channel, Fivo Music, or if you go into my Facebook, it's actually my personal Facebook profile. If you go into my YouTube channel, Fivo space music, I think it's the very first video there, and you can see it's pure bad quality. I'm playing it. You can tell I've not played the guitar in a while and all that shit. You can hear the telly in the background, but I was just doing it for a laugh. I didn't think anything of it. Then I put it up, and it fucking get shared. It didn't go pure viral, but it got like 500 odd shares at first, and so many thousand views. Cunts all sharing it, loving it, and I was like, oh, fucking brilliant, man. So it was a wee buzz. No, I mean, it's like I don't like to get too like caught up in like the views, the shares, and all that shit. But you can't help but get like a wee bit of pride when something you've created or something you've done. I say created. I don't want Jerry Cinnamon accusing me of plagiarism. Although it'd be good if you got in touch, bastard. I went and done a full remix of your tune. People are saying it's better than everything. That is a better tune. Nobody in touch, you cunt. If any cunt knows Jerry Cinnamon, tell him I want him. No! But so you can't help getting a wee bit of certain pride when you put something up. Even if it's like a shite joke or something like that, it's just like a wee bit of a wee bit of feedback. It's good, it's addictive. Then I had no intentions of like doing anything else. I just done that for a laugh. And I remember I was sitting just fucking about the house, and the Coldplay tune Yellow, that was in my head, and I was singing look at the stars. It was called You Were Full of Yellows. And I was like, I was like, I think I've got something else here, and I was like, fuck, am I doing this again? Am I doing another one of these or something? So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. So I went and wrote a wee version called Yellows. YouTube channel, you'll find it. And I went and recorded that and uploaded it. And that done well. Obviously, it didn't do as good, but people still were laughing. They were loving it, man. So I was like, I know what, I'm doing this now. I've put up 2 videos. That's people know I do it. I suppose that's the thing. That is the thing that does kill these dreams. It's the fear of what people think. But the weird thing about caring what people think is you're too embarrassed to admit you care what people think. Weird that, innit? No many people admit that they care what people think because it's embarrassing. But you're embarrassed about other people getting embarrassed. Because basically, see people judging you. Somebody judges you based on their own insecurities. So somebody's basically judging you because they wouldn't feel comfortable doing what you're doing. Because they're afraid that they'll get slagged for it. I have to check that camera. So somebody's judging you going like, I wouldn't do that. So see if I run down the street in the scud, I wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that because what? Because everybody come to laugh at you. So you're afraid. So you're trying to project your fear onto me. Like saying, you shouldn't do that because how it makes you feel. That's like me saying, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like saying off I went to shop in Lidl, the fruit and veg is fucking manky in here. I suppose that's a shite example because the fruit and veg is fucking manky and I'd be right not to shop in Lidl. But see, it was a class thing. I shop Mazda. You know, got to Lidl. You're got to Lidl. Let's stay. He's got to Lidl. Because I wouldn't feel comfortable got to Lidl because I think people would judge me. It's all a self thing, and it's a weakness. So that's how mad it is when you actually put the bones of it down. That you're actually getting embarrassed because somebody else would get embarrassed doing what you're doing, so they're judging you for doing it because they've not got the balls to do it. And see, the thing is, see what you've got in your head, it's all an illusion. It really is. Because, see, I always thought, fucking, like, see when you think, how to word this, see if you think like the people that care, like, you've got a certain few people, see when you're thinking about doing something and you're like worrying about what people think, you're not worrying about fucking Desperate Dan the wind-up man, fucking punch his arse for half a can outside the Govan Arms, and he can't gives a fuck about, he's a pure alky. You're not caring what he thinks about you. You're caring about this guy was a prick to you in secondary school, or this cunt you used to work with, or your fucking granddad. It's somebody you know. Sometimes it might be somebody you're close with, it might be somebody you don't like. It's somebody, it's played maybe not so much a prominent part, but they've played some part in your life and your emotions. These are the people you always that fills that fear in your head. But what you find out is, see when you start doing it, it's like it was on illusion. The same people, the kind of people that probably encourage you. I'm not saying people probably want to judge you, but the thing is, people are going to judge you regardless of what you do. And that's a fact. People are going to judge you. Like, I go and play a game of football, that fat cunt running about. What if I sit in the couch eating a Snickers? Like that fat cunt sit in the couch and eat a Snickers? It's like, they got to get judged anyway, so why not get judged doing something you love? See, like, if you're a bricklayer or something like that, you're a bricklayer, fuck's sake. Is that the best you could do? Shut like that. Like, you could save the fucking world, mate, and somebody would judge you because you never saved it twice. That's just the way the world is. People can't fucking see shite, but they want it. People want to just bring people down because it makes them feel better about themselves. But that's the thing. See, the thing you find out, see when it comes to, like, I talk back to, like, me putting out, I'm talking about it as if this is some fucking journey, a fucking self-fulfilling fucking... But when I started doing what I'm doing now, for what you're watching to what I started, I had that same reservation and that same hesitance. And see if like, COVID didn't happen, would I have done it? I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe no. So a lot of things can happen and put you on that path, but sometimes you just need to fucking grow up here, man. Put yourself out there. End of the day, the way you look at it is, you're going to get to the end of your life. This moment right now, as you're watching this, as I'm talking, this moment is never going to come again. I've got one chance to have this moment and make the most of it as I can. this moment, this second, I'm pointing at, look, I'm pointing right at you cunt. Whatever the fuck you're doing, you'll never have this moment again. You'll maybe you could recreate the moment, but you'll never have this exact moment. And they're precious because they're disappearing. But that's one way to look at it. Oh my god, my time's running out. Well, get your fucking finger out then. Because one day you're going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to do it. And that's the thing that scares me the most. It's lying maybe to say on my deathbed, if I'm lucky enough to make it a point. Well, saying that you could be on your deathbed at fucking a young age. But lying on your deathbed, right, when you know your time is very near to an end, there's no way out it. Are you going to honestly think about that arsehole that used to call you a banger in fucking third year? Are you also going to be like, oh, I'm glad I cared what that cunt thought? No, you're no. You're going to be like, why the fuck did I not just do that thing? My life would have been so different. And how do you know, right? People have got their beliefs where you go when you die and all that kind of shit. It's up to yourself what you believe. I kind of believe in spirituality and that thing. I don't have a fucking clue when I'm going when I die. I just believe we're all part of something greater. But for all you know, and right, I'm no bumping this. I go for a cold bath most days, right? And I like to put on a wee motivational video. So, the man who says I can, the man who says I can, are both usually right. I put them on and sit in a cold bath. I feel it's good for the mind. Anyway, so I heard this next bit of one of these. Obviously, this is my own words. Basically, what happens if you get to your deathbed, right? Imagine this, and you're lying there, and you're on your way, you're gone, you're leaving this fucking realm, wherever the fuck you're going, fuck knows. But imagine you get surrounded by like the ghosts of the person you could have been. And they surround you, and you look at it, let's say if you wanted to get into acting or something, you look at yourself, you're sitting there, don't know, worked all your life in fucking factories or whatever the fuck you've done, something you fucking hated, you've no wanted to do, and you're surrounded with this, the movie star you, the fucking sports star you, the tanned you that moved to America and done this and that, whatever dreams you've got. Imagine somebody was to just show you, see like that, like the kind of game shows goes, this is what you could have won. Like, imagine somebody just showed you what you could have been. Because you don't get another chance. That thing is, and we all say, oh, you only get one chance at life, or this and that. See, even like this feeling only really hit me quite recently. Like, you only get one shot at this. This isn't a trial run. You can't do that, or like fucking, this isn't your training day or some shit like that. Once you're done, you're done. You'll know everybody you know, every fucking place you've been, you're no coming back to this as it is. If you want to get into reincarnation, that's a different story, but you're not coming back reincarnated to the same period that you've just lived in. Like, whether reincarnation, right, well, let's just pretend, hypothetically, reincarnation is real. There is nowhere that says you will be reincarnated, like fucking, what's that film called with fucking Tom Hanks? Groundhog Day. There's no such thing as Groundhog Day. You're not going back to start your life again with all this knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know any belief system or culture or religion that does preach that. So, this is universally accepted. You've only got one fucking chance. This person you're the now. See me here? This is a one-time thing. I will never come back again. There might be many people similar to me, but never truly me. Same as with you. So what do you do with that knowledge? And that's the thing. And obviously, it's a thing called resistance in the mind. Oh, well, I could do that, but I need to do this, I need to do that, I've got all of this. That's a natural thing in your head. The better the idea, the more resistance you've got in your head. See, when you get an idea in your head, you ever get it, you're like, it's a fucking eureka moment, light bulb going off and tap you and all that shit. Then, might not take fucking half an hour or something. That's when the doubt starts setting in. Oh, what if? Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't such a good idea because of A, B, and C. See that's called resistance. There's a book called The War of Art. No, The Art of War, The War of Art, where a guy articulates this brilliantly. And I kind of realised this myself, but it wasn't until I read his book where it was just somebody made a literal version of what I was thinking. Because what I was thinking at the time, I was smoking a lot of green at the time, and I was noticing I was always a dead negative, pure, never pushed myself to do fuck all, man. all my life, pure put myself down all the way, so I never get nowhere. Every time I get into something, I never get nowhere with it because I had the fucking wrong attitude, a pure shite mentality. And then I started realising, I was like, see, I'd get that thing in my head, like, don't do that, I don't want to do that. For something I'd maybe have liked to have tried, maybe say for talk's sake, putting up the Bender video as an example, or fucking, I was putting that off for ages, know what I do it. And I just went, fuck it. But fuck it in a good way, like that, fuck it, no fuck it, oh, I'm going to get full of gear tonight and fucking regret it for the next 2 years. Like, fuck it in a fucking way, as if, fuck it, man, I'm going for it. I'm thinking about what I want, and fucking fuck every cunt else if they've got a problem with it. That is a beautiful fuck it. I'm going to write a song about that. Fuck it. But aye, where the fuck was I there? So that's the thing I started realising. When I was starting to get this resistance, and that's the name of it, resistance, going like, no, don't do this, and that, we all get it for fucking a fucking world vast number of things. I started realising that the more I went against that and done it, it would pay off. So see, you ever get something, I don't know, say if you need to have a risky conversation with a parent or a pal, or you need to go and speak to your boss about something, and you build it into your fucking head till it's exacerbated to a point, you get anxiety, you're like, fuck doing that. And you ever went and done it, and you've just been like to yourself, what the fuck was I worrying about? See that feeling? That doesn't change. That happens 9/10 of the time. I'm not saying like every time, like if you stand outside of a building, go like that, don't jump, and you jump, but obviously it's not going to apply then, for fuck's sake. But if you try and apply that logic to jumping off a building, then you're kind of asking for fucking problems. But the fact of the matter is, it's real. This is a real thing. People have wrote about it. And I'm sitting here, I can't even fucking begin to like help you understand how much a negative fucking greeting-faced, victim complex, moany bastard I was my fucking full life. And obviously, I wasn't like that 24/7. Obviously, you need to be some boy fucking most of the time, I know, don't you? But that was my attitude. Oh, why has this happened to me? Oh, fucking, oh, I couldn't do this and that. It's bullshit. It's a fucking bullshit mentality. And see, Scotland, I've not really travelled the world that much, but I've got a feeling Scotland can be quite negative towards a lot of its own inhabitants, and which is a fucking sad thing to see. Because we should be encouraging each other. We're quite a small nation, but we've got a lot going for us. I'm fucking proud to be Scottish. Honestly, see, when I actually think about it, I see how grateful and glad I'm that I was born in Scotland, and Glasgow as well. Thank fuck I'm not a chook today. But honestly, you could have been in, and I'm saying this to people off of Glasgow, but wherever you're from, know what I mean, love it, because it's part of your identity. And I love it, the fact, just being Scottish, I doubt there's many English cunts watching this. Okay, no, I don't want to be fucking, can you be racist against English? I don't know. Ringlish? Fuck it. Can't be racist against James English, No, but, right, I'm going to have a point here. But it's great being Scottish. I just love it. Just, we speak English, but we don't. We speak the most commonly used language in the world. We can understand it, but not one cunt outside of this country can understand us. How we're no classed as having our own language is a crime against humanity. And the fact is, it just see being Scottish, it's history and that kind of stuff, and you've got the scenery and all that. Obviously the weather is a cunt, but imagine if Scotland had sunny weather like Spain. Would be fucked. We're bad enough with fucking being a nation of alcoholics and fucking, what is it, the top fucking nation in the world for fucking taking gear. No, look how shite the weather is. Imagine if we stayed in a hot country like Spain. These statistics would be fucking astronomical, man. We'd be competing with other planets, no other countries, fuck's sake. Fuck's sake, big ring around Saturn, man. That's a big fuck off pat. That's a big CD case, innit? Fucking aliens have been putting out patsies. But aye, it's great. But as I get back to what I was saying, man, fucking chase your dreams. Like, it's 2022. Look at the last 2 years. So I go back to the reason why I go into this point. Because look at me. I started off with a video. I'm on a bender and he was full of yellows. My first 2 fucking tunes I've ever put out into the ether. Now if you fast forward it, I'm doing a podcast. I've got my own house. I stayed with my dad. I stayed with a parent up until April. My full life I've been dependent on cunts. That's just the way I was. And get my own house. I've got a studio. I'm recording music. I'm able to edit music. I'm doing my own podcast. I've got a fucking set. I'm acting. That's why I go into that. Obviously, I'm acting in something. Fucking Irvin Welsh, the guy who wrote Trainspotting, he's come on as a fucking producer. I read his fucking book. I read Trainspotting years ago when I was young. I know, I was like fucking 12. I used to read a lot. I used to read like fuck. And Trainspotting's one of the first books I read. I think I've done well. I've never smoked crack, you know what I mean? I'm saying that, obviously I know they all smoke smack, but I'm thinking, I've never took smack. But I've took gear, but I've never got, like, just usually goes coke, crack, smack. I don't know. There's a hierarchy to these things, but anyway, I have came a long way from what I started it. And I'm glad to say that, and I'm happy, and I don't feel as if I'm being egotistical or boasting or gloating. Like, I've done a lot, I've been through a lot. Obviously, a lot of it's self-inflicted. I'm not trying to hang with it. I've done a lot of mad shit. Probably had fucking just as much mad shit done to me as well. Not trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking feel sorry if I look for sympathy. I'm just saying that's the way it is, and I'm sure a lot of us have in the exact same position. Fuck, all of us probably are. But I feel as if, for what I've done, I started off fucking with a stupid video that I didn't even think twice about doing. And it's not as if I fucking blew up off it, I just kept at it. And now I'm doing all these things. And it was all stuff I love, like acting and all that. I've always loved acting, like when I done drama in school, but I never chased it up because I was kicking about the streets, kicking about like, wearing trackies and that. I've cared what people thought. But now I've managed to just find my way back into it, and it's beautiful, man. So that's off the back of me just doing one daft video. What could be your daft video? You just need to make that first step. The first step is always the hardest. The rest is a canter. See, after I done the second video, my second was obviously I'm on a bender, then fucking Nicole Play Yellows parody. After that, the kind of fear of what people thought, the anxiety, the hesitation, that fucking dissipated. It's gone. And then I was like, well, I'm out there now. People know what I do, so I may as well fucking stick with it. And Melrose, I remember he says this, at one point he was like, once he obviously had the anxiety, the hesitancy once before starting rapping. And when he started, he's like, well, I've started it now, I'm going to look like a fucking idiot if I patch it now. So, is it just that first step? And your situation could be fucking totally different from mine. You might be working a job you hate. I was working a job I hated. Scaffolding, I fucking despised that job. And it was a good job. There was the possibility to get like your part 1, part 2. I never, because I'm just fucking too much of a fucking head case. And I love my sick days. Worked there 2 years, like I was getting early finishes, getting good wages and that. I worked for my pal and all that shit. So I could take days off. I had the fucking, it was, a part of it actually doing the scaffolding, it was kind of cushy. Everyone outside of the scaffolding was cushy. Scaffolding is not cushy. But cushy, fuck's sake. But I chucked that. That was a secure job, and I was like that, and I had anxiety. Fuck my god, for money and all that shit, this and that. And I chucked that back. Well, obviously I chucked that, then get the jail. But once I got out of the jail, I didn't get back to it, and I just stuck with my college and that. And I've been alright for cash. I'm like that. Fuck, what was I worrying about? So it is. It's on the head. It is. It's just your worries, man. They're no worth a fuck. They're no. Obviously, easy for me to say, single guy, staying with my dad, it's easy to take risks. Obviously, you've got Wayne's and that kind of stuff. But you're going to regret it if you don't do it. That's a fact. You're going to always think, what if? Because look, Jim Carrey says his dad, He never pursued his dreams. He went for like a safe job, and I can't mind what the fuck his dad was doing, like accountant or some shit like that. But after about 12 years, his dad get paid off, and they were in the shit. So that's the thing, man. You can feel it what you don't love. So you might as well give the thing you love a try. So 1,000,000%, man. Fucking pursue your dreams, and that could be fucking anything. Anything at all. Because look at what I'm doing this podcast. You might feel as if you've got a lot to say. That's why I like to take this podcast. You see, a lot of people, when they start off a podcast, the first thing they want to do, they want to get the most famous person on they can find. And we did that at first, I'm not going to lie, and it's good for getting the numbers up. But I started realising, it was after watching Darren G going on James English. Obviously that went a bit fucking tits up, but the idea is like, nobody really had a clue who Darren G was. Maybe in Liverpool, but he wasn't like known like through social media. It's not like when they get Paul Ferris on every cunts like that off. Darren G was relatively unknown. But once he'd done that first podcast, every cunt knew him. Because it was spellbinding, it was riveting, it was fucking had you on the edge of your seat. You just wanted to know more. It was like his energy, it was intense. And that's what I realised. I'm like, there's people out there with stories that on their own platforms, that on the like maybe known on telly or famously known, but like, maybe they're local, like fucking legends, local heroes that have got some story. So that's the kind of route I want to take it down, man. Because there's people out there that have got a voice, they've got a lot to say, they've got the personality, they've got charisma and that for it. But they just don't fancy putting themselves out to the public eye, or maybe like I talk about, there's a lot of resistance and that kind of thing, who knows, but I'm looking to find them and get them on and chat to them, man. So that's my buzz, and I've just realised it's like, when I fell in this, I never thought about doing a podcast in my life. I listened to them like Joe Rogan and that, but it wasn't like a thing for me I was going to do. And it's not a thing I really wanted to do. Not that I didn't want to do it. The first idea came, it was right before the first lockdown, right? So this is how it all worked out. This is before I'd put anything on social media and that. It was before like, COVID was a thing, before COVID was popular, but it was like right before it. It was just, I hadn't really reached their shores yet, but didn't know much about it. I spoke about this, and me and my two pals were on the Village Hotel and that shit, and then we had the idea, we were sitting at the conversation, fucking about how we were going to, and then just basically, we seen the Cunt for Rangers TV and that. The reason why I'm rushing through this, because I've told this story before, and I'm aware of it, I just realised that there, fuck. So no, I'm running out of content. Basically, we had an idea, let's do a podcast. But a few wheels have fell off the motor, so now it's just a unicycle, and I'm riding that bastard like there's no tomorrow. But I realised that, see, since doing this podcast, I realised how much I love talking to people. It's like, I didn't realise I liked talking to people that much. I thought I was a bit of a, kind of liked my, I like my own time and company. And sometimes I just can't be arsed with people. Need to get a drink. Hoot! Aye, but sometimes I just can't a little bit arsed with people, man. But I realised doing the podcast, like the bidets, I get up and down, right? So there's bidets I'll wake up. Like today, for instance, this is the 30th of December, by the way. I'll break that illusion for you. This isn't like New Year's Day. I'm not just sitting fucking some kind of space monkey. Just fucking Jupiter yourself to your front telly. But Jupiter myself to your front fanny. No, right, what the fuck was I talking about there? I keep getting off track. See, I was about to say stop me, but I'm just talking to an iPhone. But I get days, I'm up and down. So like the day, for instance, I fucking rolled out of bed near 1 o'clock, man. I was lying on the couch, and I'm usually a guy that's up and about. I've been smoking a lot of green with fags lately, and it's been and I don't smoke fags. So it's just been, I think it's making me feel lethargic and all that shit, and fucking terrible. So, the likes of the day, I fucking just didn't want to talk to any cunt and that. And I kind of brightened up later on. But I get a lot of days like that. I just get up and I can't be fucked with people. And unfortunately, some days I get like that, I'll have a podcast that night. And I'll be like, oh, fucking, I'm pure I'm praying the cunt pulls out or something. Because that's the thing about the podcast game. There's no children in it because cunts love pulling it. Yep, I said it. So I'd be sitting in days like that and hoping the cunt pulls out like that. You still alright for the night, mate? Like, aye, mate, I'll be there. And you're like, you fucking prick, man. You're fucking raging that. And then you'll turn up and you'll be on the way up like, hoping fucking you die in a car crash or some shit like that. Aye, it's quite morbid. But then you get there and that, and obviously I'm talking back when we're at the studio. Right now, I'm not dry getting in a motor and doing a fucking couple of roundabouts and coming back to my house, hoping to crash it. But then you get there and the guy, whoever turns up, and once you get talking, man, it's boomph. It's just all that fucking that negativity, that mist, that fucking badness. It's gone. And you just find yourself pure lost in a conversation, and it's good. It's good, and that's why I like to keep premeditated part. I like to just keep it a conversation. It's no, I like to compare. A lot of people compare it to James English because he's one of the other top Scottish podcasts. But and the likes of his is kind of like right. His kind of formula is right. Take us back to the start. It puts the emphasis on the guest for the guest to tell their story, and he just maybe chimes in with the odd fucking whopper or whatever. Get on. But I don't know if you're not watching this English, like you fuck. I asked you to share the fucking page, and you're fucking, you bullshitted us, so nah, fuck it. But so that's it. But the way I want to make it as if you're sitting in a fucking room with some cunt you've met. See that way you're sitting, maybe fucking somebody's brought their mad cousin for fucking university. He's there for Australia for the week, and he's brought him up to a gaff in Govan because he's a fucking idiot. But he's choking for a bit of ching, and his cousin's got dough because ching out there's like 200 quid a whip, so he just stays off it. But this one time he came to Govan and visited his cousin, and his cousin's just pure like that off, man, rubbing his horns. You can hear that. He's rubbing his horns that hard, man. He started a fire. He's mad Australian cousins, mate. It's like shrimp in the barbie. You know that, mate. We don't do barbies here, mate. You can. Nah, didn't he? Then he'll take him out like that to his cousins. Mate, you have a fucking try gear. He's got a bit of fucking talcum powder, some bicard, man. He's like, here you go, mate. Oh, his cousin doesn't touch the gear, know what I mean? So he takes it and he's like, oh, crikey. And he's like, mate, crikey, mate. Fucking crikey. I'll give you crikey, mate. Won't up, I'll give you 8 quid a gram, crikey. What? Obviously his cousin knows it's like 200 quid, but actually. Anyway, I love talking to people. It's amazing. And that's the thing with the podcast and that. It's just, I want to make it as if you've got somebody here. It's like you're like a fly in the wall in a conversation. So see, I'm more about just getting to know the person on a whole. I just want to know what your opinions are. Is the fucking sky raining fucking dicks? Would you suck them? It's like, I just like to go down mad fucking paths and shit with that, mate. And it's a lot easier. If I'll be real. But I enjoy it. And I love the fact that the people that are loving it now, we're at 1.3k. That's amazing. I buzz off that because I've only been running this for like a year, and obviously 4 months of that year I was in the fucking jail. But I buzz off it. I'm glad. And that's why I feel as if this is destined for success. I'm going to say this is the 1st of January 2022, this time next year, this podcast has got to be fucking global. It's got to be fucking massive. With a capital F-U-C-K-I-N-G. But I believe it's destined for great things because it was never my intention to be hosting a podcast. When you see a lot of success stories, you see how things worked out for people. I believe that's like, see even things you don't intend. Let's say for talk's sake, Ricky Gervais, if he was like a kind of musician and artist, it was a fucking shite example. But you understand what I'm saying? When you don't really plan for something, I feel they're the things that are destined for greatness. So with the likes of this podcast, it was meant to be 4 days, then it became fucking 2 and whatever. Then I've ended up hosting it. It was never my intention to host a podcast. I couldn't tell you what a fucking day in a podcast. But now that I've done it, it's the one thing, it's kind of like my baby mama. See that way, that cunt that just goes out and he shags all the fucking whores in the night. but he's got his missus at home. He always goes back to her because he loves her. He just doesn't love her fanny. That's kind of what I'm like with this, except I love the fangita. The premeditated pater fangita. Aye, so it's one of the things I just feel as if I need to keep it going. Even there's times I'll not be as active in social media and that kind of stuff, and obviously you need to be active in this game. You need to be active. It's kind of like fucking MMA, except you're verbally jousting me cunts. But it's kind of, you need to be active, you need to be consistent and that kind of thing. And sometimes I just get days, I talk about these days and I'm like a fucking bag of shite bounced off the wall and fucking stood on. And I just feel that way. And but with the podcast, I've never let it down. Obviously when I get to jail and that kind of shit, but I've done everything to keep this podcast going. I say I've done everything. Obviously Matt and Doc and that, they've helped. And Ryan, everybody's played a part. I'm not fucking taking the fucking credit for this. But it's just one of the things I've never given up on it. And which is mad, because every single thing I've done up until this period in my life, I've given up on. And I've been aware of it. I've got into it for like a year and that. I went and done boxing when I was like 15. I was mad for it. I really just loved it because I watched Rocky. I went in and probably got my cunt punched in a few times too many, and I got about a year into it and then just lost the love for it. Same with the gym. I was about fucking, I'll put up a photo. I was about 18 stone, fucking full of roids and that, massive. That was my passion, then I just fell away for that. And I like going to the gym now for my mental health and that, but not to the degree I used to do it. 2 hour gym sessions and all that shit 6 times a week. But with this, I'm like, nah, I'm not getting up on it. And it's been challenging as fuck. We've been fucking papped out in enough every studio we've been in. This is probably the longest we've been in. I've been in. This podcast, the studio setup has been. We've been papped out every other fucking one we've done. And it is, and it's a challenge when I talk about trying to edit the podcast with Avey and it's fucking gone tits up and all that shit. But this is like, I've been fucking about with that podcast for the past couple of hours. I end up doing a TikTok live and get fucking my TikTok live banned. Know what I mean? For fucking hateful behaviour. Hateful behaviour. Can you fucking believe it? But then I was just like, fuck it. And I was just kicking about, smoked a bit of a joint, didn't enjoy it. And I was like, no what, fuck it, I'll just upload me talking to the camera. Because is there nothing better and starting the new year with Fivo on your screen? There definitely is not. Have a happy new year, troops. It's been a fucking belter. Catchies! Yeah!